So, my next question will be talking about sexual preferences. But let's go on this short break and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, guys. So while we're on that short break, we were having a lot of laughs about the sex styles. So Abdallah made a comment and she said there are 1001 sex styles. So someone said a lot of women don't know this style. So I'm going to put Bodara Sayo on the spot to at least mention some of these styles. There are actually things I believe you could find out on the internet. But that if you are really dedicated and committed to making your marriage sweeter. It can be sweet now, but I'm telling you, it can still be better.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put me on the spot to like mention some of the sex styles that some of us might not know about. So Bodara Sayo, can you?
No, I can't even remember what now.
Yeah, just mention the ones you can mention.
It's a whole lot. Do you know that even under missionary we have like 50 styles under missionary?
Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a whole lot. Like it's a whole lot.
Yeah, just mention some. Mention the ones you can remember.
Okay, I can remember. The ones I like. I'll mention the ones I like.
Okay. Okay.
That is what I want for my head. I like bamboo. Like.
Okay.
Should I describe?
Yes, please.
I like bamboo. The bamboo style is how do I even explain it though? It's like splitting. I want to use my glasses too. Like the back is resting on the wall like this, and then you're trying to lift both legs up. Your back is resting on your bed or on the wall, and then trying to lift your husband trying to lift your legs up, then enter from below. That is split bamboo style. Then we have the wheelbarrow. That one is very common. You get the pictures on the internet. We have doggy, we have catty, we have missionary, we have different styles under missionary. I've forgotten so many of them. So these are just few. I've not even mentioned 10. These are just few sex styles. So when you see different styles that you love, and they are very easy to try out. Very easy. So
Okay.
just try and spice things
Research
up.
it. Yes. All right. Thank you, Bodara Sayo. So, do you want to add anything?
I don't know about styles though.
Okay.
I don't really know their names, but I don't know how I would describe. There's this one particular one that I like. It's not. Which one is that mommy and daddy styles?
Is it from the back?
Missionary.
No, that's missionary. This one is from the side. It's from the side where the lady is going to be sleeping with her side.
Yes, that's outside missionary.
Outside missionary. Then you
a lot of
style. Flip over. Then you crisscross, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Then from there.
I think I know. I have an idea what you're talking about.
You have an idea, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so I would just say go online.
And
Research. Spice it up. Nobody likes boring. I don't like boring. So nobody likes boring. It's amazing how women are crazy about fashion. How we don't like wearing the clothes over and over again. But when it comes to our sex life, we are just okay. We don't want to be called a slut. We don't want to be called an ashewo like we call it in Nigeria.
Yes.
But then we want to be called a fashion freak. She likes looking good, but we can't do the research. We go online and start looking at tops and dresses and whatever. But then we don't want to like go online and see that how can I spice up my marriage? How can I just even surprise my husband today and just just blow his mind off? Like you said, that times you just send him a message and said, whoa, my face she lale to bad and all that, all those stuff. And those are actually things that keeps your marriage, that makes it interesting. That keeps the fire burning. And so the next thing we are going to talk about is this sexual preference thing. Like how do you discuss it with your spouse? As an African woman, as a Nigerian woman, we shy away from it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want them to call us a loose person, a loose woman, or a slut, or all that. So I want to ask you, how do you talk about your sexual preferences?
Well, as husband and wife, I don't think you have to be shy or don't want to talk about some things. This is the man that you will be with anyway, even if it is 2 days. Both of you have signed that contract. So if if it's your husband, talk about it, because men too, they are, maybe there is one particular style that they really like, they don't want to change. You know, you talk about it. Like me, if I want him to like, well, it's not going to be like you just come like that and we are going to be having sex today. He knows, he prepares the way, just like John the Baptist. He will prepare the way before he can enter. You have to do something, you understand? And if that style you're doing or what you're doing is not what I like, if I actually prefer this style, I'll let you know. This is what I needed you to do before you can come in. I heard of someone that was talking about when both of them are having it, what she actually likes to do is to put on, to wear a string pants.
G-string.
G-string, thank you. Then when she wears it, the husband knows that something is coming, you know. And when both of them are doing it, you know, he plays with the ball. You know, and the husband like it. When he notices that the husband likes playing, he likes
playing with the balls.
Playing with the balls. Well, she continues. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
So me, my preference is, I want him to prepare the way. You know, play with me. You know,
yeah,
you
like the romance
like
more
the
than
part of it. You know, touch me all aspects.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
foreplay.
You know, touch every part before you get. That is what actually we kind of, you know. Cheer me up.
Okay, so Muda, I saw the same question to you. This talking about your sexual preferences and positions, the ones that give you pleasure. In fact, let me say, why do you talk about it? Because I just want to chip in something for our singles. Like now, do you talk about your sexual preferences while dating or while courting, or do you talk about it after you are in the marriage?
Like the other time. Like where I was coming from, I have a very very high sex drive, very very high, like too high for my age even. So I tried to discuss with him before we got married. So he knew what he was signing up for. He knew that okay, this one is out there. So he knew what he was signing up for. So we tried to talk about it before marriage because, believe it or not, these things cause a lot of issues in marriage. It does. And I tried to tell him, I let him understand.
So my next question would be, as a woman, can I share with my spouse the ways I want to be touched? Like, can I be very graphic and explicit and I don't feel judged, or I don't feel like, oh, my husband will start seeing me as a slut, or as in like, how do you know all that?
Well, that aspect I would say depends on that man. You know, how did you see your wife? You understand? Because I don't see anything wrong in you telling your husband this and this is what I like and this is how I want it. You understand? Because as time goes on, both of you will enjoy it. So what kind of a man is he? Matured artist? Somebody is he not a baby? You know, they have some men
that are babies, yeah.
So when you are discussing this kind of an issue with your husband and he's looking at you as a slut,
yeah, and like,
you understand? Kind of. So to me, it depends on the man. It depends on how mature the man is. If there's no crime, there's no anything wrong in you telling your husband this and this is what. After all, I can tell you this and this is the way I want to do.
Yeah.
You understand? So we can tell ourselves this and this is what I want, and it will do it for you. So it depends on their mind, anyways. You understand what I mean? Maturity comes in that kind of a way too. Because if I have a husband that actually understands me, he knows me, I knows him. Why will I tell him this and this is what I want, and he will be thinking of something else?
Yeah,
you understand? True. So maturity comes in that.
Yeah, true. I totally agree with that. It depends on your relationship.
Exactly.
So you need to know your spouse.
Like the question you asked there, I seen it the other time. I wanted to talk about it. There was something I did not discuss with my husband while we were courting, because our courtship was kind of a little bit, you know, we don't really have a long like that, because I missed that for 2 years or 2 to 4 years. When he asked me out, I do all these shakara things for about 2 or 3 years before he finally came. So when he came, and I was still doing that, like, I don't think, not until exactly, not until somebody now told my mom that, so why is she playing with what God has given unto her? You know, I had a confirmation. So that was when I eventually submitted and gave my own totality. But the thing is that I discovered that there was one particular issue that we were supposed to talk about that I did not talk about. Though he opened up with that short period of time that both of us were
Dated.
before we finally moved from Nigeria to this place. So I discovered that there was one particular issue I did not tell him. So inside of me I felt guilty. I was really feeling this guilt, like, for real, why won't I even discuss it with him in the first place? Because it looks like that thing is kind of debarring me for what God really wants me to have. I look at it in a very different way. So like I said earlier on, that the maturity of that man actually
comes into play.
So I called him, that was last year, and I told him this and this and this is what I did and I did not let you know. This and it wasn't like, he handled that case like nothing happened. That, well, we all have our past anyway. I've already told you mine. This and this is what where will I push you? He did not even go in details. We just settled it amicably and I had peace. You understand? So
it depends on your spouse.
Exactly.
Okay, welcome back, Mudara. So we were talking about actually telling your spouse, especially women, you as a woman, telling your spouse how you need to be pleased, how you want to be pleasured, how you want to be touched, the things you want to be done to you for you to have orgasm. So I'm asking that, when do you actually have that discussion? Is it before marriage or after marriage?
It's good to discuss this before marriage. That way you both know where you're headed to sex in the marriage. So I did in my marriage. I had this discussion with him before marriage, and I let him know what we're both getting into. Like I was a very high libido before I got married. Then he, on the other hand, was coming from like the 20% sex drive. So we had to compromise. I had to let him know what I can offer as far as sex is concerned. Then he let me know his too. So we have to discuss that before, because take it or leave it, these things cause much issues in marriage. Like it's one of the major issues that couples deal with. So
I'm going to ask you a question. So is it an holy act to have sex during your cycle, during your period? Is it holy?
If you want to look at that aspect, we'll say it's not. The aspect of being holy and whatever, because we count it as a Christian, is kind of that waste time or period is a time that we are not holy.
We are not clean.
We are not clean. So but tell me what you can do. I'm going to throw a question on you now. What you will do?
She's trying to put me on the hot seat.
Yes.
And you guys like answer questions.
What you will do now, if you are on and it comes and ask you for it?
We get into the parts. Okay, well, I like this. So now, like you're on your cycle and you want it and he doesn't want it, he has to make himself want it.
After everything, anyway, we'll go and clean up.
Okay.
We clean up, we will fight.
Okay. So I used to say, I'll tell you to do what works for you. I know at times some men can be irritated at sites like that, and they'll be like, and I know there are some men that will be like, come on, it really doesn't matter. But then scientifically, I know when you are in your circle, when you are having your period, you are naturally tight, and then it can be very painful. Which is why I think a lot of women don't want to do it, because then you're tight. In fact, when you're ovulating, some women have a higher percentage of sex drive. Some women have a lower percentage of sex drive.
Because when, in fact, maybe a day before I will start my period, I start getting high. You see what I mean? So that is why I said it depends on you and your spouse. Sometimes it's not like it will just come like that and everything will start like that.
Yeah.
You know, you might be on your period and it's just playing with you and it happens. It's not like something you actually planned for. So it depends on both of you. If you like it, if you prefer it at that time, why not? Go ahead. After everything, go and pee and wash up, then clean up, you'll be fine.
Yeah, of course you'll be fine. But like I said, it's a preferential thing. If you prefer it, if you can do it before, and if you are the person that you are going through pains, don't. I understand keeping your marriage, I understand pleasing your husband, but if you know you are going to have pains while it's going on, I actually don't think there's any man that wants to inflict any sort of pains on their wife. So if it's painful, just let them know you're painful. It's painful. If it's something you can do, by all means do it. If it's something you cannot do, let them know you cannot do it.
Yeah, that's why I said it depends on the individual. It is an individual.
But the tip that I will give you is, if you have a bathtub, you can actually do it in the bathtub with the water running. So that way it makes.
And you are saying you don't like answer the question. You answer that question.
No, I don't. It's just an advice. Yeah. So the next thing we want to talk about is sex toys for women. So like now, I know a lot of people will say, my husband travels a lot. My husband is not always at home. So what I do is I get sex toys and I satisfy myself with sex toys. So what do you think about that, especially for a Christian woman? Do you think that's what a Christian woman should do? Get sex toys?
My own take to that part is that I don't like sex toys. Before I even go into nursing school, I don't like it at all. But when I got in nursing school and our eyes were being opened to a lot of things, all these sex toys and all that is dangerous. It's dangerous. We as a Christian, God help us. If I say my husband travels a lot, we can oral sex. I can call.
But is that pleasing? What kind of release? Do you get any kind of release from oral sex?
Yes.
Do you get satisfaction from oral sex?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. You see why we need to talk about sex?
Yay. Okay.
We really do need to talk about it. So I remember one of my lecturer that was teaching us pharmacology something, and it was and this it was talking about some diseases and like that, Then he finally got to a point where he talks about cervical cancer, whereby a lot of people that actually have that disease are the people that actually play with
sex toys.
Sex toys.
So cervical cancer.
Yes, cervical cancer. CERVICAL. When you are putting what is not meant to go into that place, it causes cancer. He said it again, and then he said too much sex. Too much sex can actually cause cancer.
That's when they are doing pap smear. When they do your pap smear, and they will ask you how active you are.
Active you are. Rectal cancer. That is what is it called? Colon cancer. Gay have about 70 to 80% rate of that risk. So what I'm trying to say is that having a toy, to me, I don't really buy that idea. Forget about being a Christian or not. I don't buy the idea. You can call your husband, fine, you are married. It's different if you are not married. You are married. If you're married and you think you need it, call him. If it is
find a way
both of you can release or relieve yourself. Instead of putting something in there, it is not because of anything, but you want to protect yourself at the same time and help to take care of whatsoever is going on.
All right. Thank you so very much. So let's just go on a few minutes of break. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back, guys. So but then I have a question for you about sex toys. Or do actually give us a professional answer along the medical line, which I think is perfect. But I want to hear your own opinion about sex toys. What do you think? Okay.
Well, to me, personally, I do not like sex toys. This is my own personal experience, but it is not bad. Actually active, and then there is no man actually use sex toy to calm your nerves. It is not a bad thing. Sex toys are good, but personally, I don't do toys.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mudarasa. Okay. So the next thing I'd like us to talk about is Are there particular places where we must only have sex? Does it have to be in the bedroom alone?
No.
Of course.
You can have sex anywhere. You know. The only thing is that you just want to be conscious of your environment.
Yeah.
You
You go and have sex in a place where they will arrest you.
You just want to be conscious,
Yeah.
So you can have sex anywhere. Your own house, your apartment. Some people do like it in the laundry. Some in the kitchen, some in the living room.
You can actually do the car. You can do it in the car. You can do. If you are the only one on the beach and you have the space, go ahead.
Anywhere.
If you are the only one, I know that beaches in Nigeria have shanties. They have these odds.
Yeah, you're right. You can have sex anywhere.
Yeah, you can have sex anywhere.
But that car thing, we have to be very, very
You
careful.
can if you can.
Yes, you can if you can. There was a particular time like that I have to come outside from my work. There is one of this lady, young girl. So the boyfriend came. What they were talking. I don't even know they were there. That's why I said you have to be conscious of your very yes. I'm just seeing the car. I have a radio. I wanted to call that security should come to help this car. That it looks like this guy is. Until I got there and I saw that, I was like, sorry. So you have to be careful.
Yeah. So if it works for you, if you can, then you can. If you can, then you should.
Exactly.
Like she said, just be conscious of the environment. I know that in most states in the United States, if it's like a public, what do they call it? It's a public offense if you are caught. So you just have to be aware of your environment. Yeah, but I have heard of people having sex on the plane. I've heard of people having on the bathroom on the plane.
Yeah.
So
for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway.
We just have a few minutes left, and then we'll be done on today's episode. So the next thing, like Mother Asayo, there was a time we talked about having sex during your cycle. I just want your opinion about that in briefly.
Oh, it depends on the individual. Myself as a person, I'm not too comfortable with having sex during my cycle.
Yeah.
But there are tricks to it. So there are tricks to it.
So
it depends on the individual. Yes, there are. So if the husband and wife are comfortable with it, why not? It's a free lubricant.
Because sometimes it's even something you don't plan for.
And stuff like that.
It just happen.
Yeah.
And like she said, there are ways.
Really.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are tricks to it, but I'm not going to say that here now.
Don't worry, we'll bring you back on another episode of this sex talk, and so then you can get a lot of. You can give us the tricks to it, because now our time is fast spent. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is I was telling Audrey during the break that I saw a question during this past week where a husband was complaining about the fact that his wife doesn't make any sounds while during sex, and that he doesn't like it. It makes him feel as if he's not doing the right thing. So now my question is, how can we
have to do it?
Exactly, you could actually come off that way. And Audrey said something that she doesn't like making sound. And I'm saying that a typical man, I think, will want you to make sound because it tells them that they're doing something right.
Exactly.
So now, how can we verbally express satisfaction during intercourse?
Is that question to me?
Yeah, you can go on.
Well, if you are directing that question to me, I have little understanding of that aspect because, like I said earlier, I have a low libido and I don't really like making sound. But to him, it looks like anytime he's doing that, he will just be feeling like, make a sound.
So how do you normally express yourself if you don't make sound?
I don't make sound. I will just be there, kind of. I don't make sound.
That's actually the question.
Yes.
So
I don't make sound. I, kind of, I grabbed him. That is the way I will grab it, but I don't voice out.
You say anything.
I don't say anything, but I can grab, I play, but I don't make sound. But to him, he doesn't like that.
Time that if you need anything from your husband during intercourse, you can actually ask him.
Of course, that is about
that's different. That's making demands during sex. That's like making demands and say, I want you to put $5,000 in my account.
I want you to do this. I want us to go out together.
But this one is the morning. She's asking you. She says, "How do you say it?"
I'm like, Kenny, can we go out? Like
you don't say it.
He's the type that doesn't like going out. And sometimes, if I want to go out with him, my husband doesn't like all this uncle thing. He's not that. So if I want to go out and I really want him to go out with me, I'm like, Kenny, when he's in like, Kenny, can we? She's like, can we? Don't worry. Just count it down. Count it down.
Like I said, whatever works for you is working for her.
Well, I'm the opposite of you anyway. I like to make sound when I'm having sex. I really like to make sound. I like to express myself verbally. I like to say sweet things. If he's eating it right, I'll say it. If he's not, I'll say it. So I think we are opposite.
Yes, we are opposite.
Okay. So
you are high, me I'm low.
So you're saying that verbally expressing satisfaction, moaning is one of the ways to express satisfaction. Are there other ways of you expressing satisfaction?
Yes, like Odu mentioned, grabbing him, or trying to change positions, or trying to touch. Body touches too is a way of expressing yourself during sex. Body touches, changing of sex styles, touching, moaning, and stuff like that. There are several ways of expressing
satisfaction. Okay. All right. So you can just say you are doing it right, Daddy.
Because I might not be making sound anyways, but
when you're up there, when you're up there,
unconsciously sometimes it comes. But guess who made that sound? My husband is very, very good. Oh my God, he's making that sound.
This thing is going everywhere. Why are you saying things like that?
Jesus. Look at you. Are you enjoying?
Yes. So he's kind of complimenting.
Don't stop. That won't stop.
When he makes that sound, man, girl, I'm gone. So I like him to make that sound. Why me? I will just be there and be enjoying myself. And I will just grab him like this. Kenny, I know you're watching this thing now. If you are watching this night, it's going to be bad. I love you, sweetie. I'm so sorry because he doesn't really like me to put him on
the spot like that. Yeah, luckily enough, we don't know him
exactly. So don't worry. We are just teaching people. Your goal is to let people enjoy their marriage, and you are very supportive of that, right? So that is one of the major reasons I'm here. I love you, sweetie. I'm not.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Arjun. All right. So, Mother Sayo, let us hear your final thoughts about the whole sex in marriage thing. Can you give us your final thoughts, your final opinion?
Yeah, sex in marriage is let me first say it is very, very important. It is very, very important. The number one thing why you guys are coming together is to enjoy yourself, is to explore.
Companionship.
So I would only advise that you spice things up. Yes, it's for companionship. I would only advise that you spice things up. After watching this video, if you have been having sex like a treat before, please change your spice things up. Have sex outside your bedroom. I was going to mention that.
Yeah, we talked about that question when you were gone. That was one of the questions myself and we talked about. Our places to have sex.
You can be sitting on the highway and just park your car and just having sex.
Exactly.
I like to make memories while having sex. I really, really like memories a lot. There was a time I told my husband that we are traveling. He said, for what? I said, we are just traveling. We have children. And then our kids, they disturb a lot. They said, we are traveling this weekend. He told I was going to go. He got back from work on that Friday. I said, we are traveling, no. He was looking at me. I was packing our bag. We are traveling, no. You didn't know I was serious, though. Until we got to see, where are we going? We are going to Abeokuta. Go back.
Okay, so you traveled and what happened?
Yeah, so we got to Abeokuta and then he was like, okay, what is happening? I said, see, we are here for a meeting. We are not here to talk about finance or family or anything. We are here to bench. That is a slang I used to say. He was looking at me and said, what is wrong with you? We left Lagos. We came to bench. He was just like, then the whole weekend was just a lot of us, a lot of fun for the two of us. We were there, we were talking, we were eating. We don't talk about finance or anything. We just talk about how we can improve ourselves, how we can be better as couples, how we can. Do you understand? We didn't get there to start talking about what will the children need when we get to the house. No, that one will be settled when we go back to Lagos. So it was a whole lot of fun, and that memory, I still it happened yesterday. I still linger on it, like, okay, this actually happens, real and true. So you have to do things out of the norm. Your bedroom is not the only place you can have sex. You can have sex anywhere. On the beach, just go to the beach, have sex.
Like what she said.
Go to sleeping, have sex.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Just do something out of the norm and bring the spice back.
All right. Thank you so much, Mudara Sayo. So, Odun, your own final thoughts.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is really an interesting topic, and in fact, I don't really know that I will speak this way, but I really do enjoy myself too, because I learn, So just like Mudara Sayo said, try to do something out of norm. Talk to your husband. Like I said earlier on, that I personally, I don't allow misunderstanding to come in between my sex life or something. If it is something you think you can actually talk about it. One thing again I want to say is that when you are having that, when you are having sex, try, like she said, to me, I don't do it. I don't make sound. I don't. Try and call that your husband name.
Oriki, you said Oriki.
Can I call him names?
You said
talk to him. All that kind of a thing is going to help your sex life to improve. Talk to him, call him during the day. It's not like you will leave your husband all through 24 hours or 12 hours shift. You will not text, you won't call, no talk, you will not call on him to check on him and all that. Call on him. If you think you have something different for him tonight, test him. When you come home, it's going to be a different ball game. Get him prepared. Do something. Spice it up. Don't be bored. Don't let your sex life, your marriage be boring. You can actually do something to make everything keep going. And touch him everywhere.
That invest in things that would spice up sex in your bedroom. Invest in bedspread, invest in scented candles, invest in essential oils, massage oils and stuff like that. Those things are also very, very important. It gives this vibe when you're making love.
Wow, thank you both so very much. Okay, my own final thoughts will be take away from everything they've said. Communication is important. You guys need to communicate. Tell each other what you want. Like, this is the way I want to be placed. This is the way I want to be pleasured. And the wisdom is profitable in all things. You need to know your spouse. If your spouse is this person that will say, Otinshe should not kill you, or how did you know that? Or where did you find out? My sister, apply wisdom. Don't just go and tell him that come and do this position or do this style. You can find a way of introducing the style into your bedmatics. But if he's someone that is going to flip, if you suggest something, apply wisdom. apply wisdom, because I know back home in Nigeria you can just tell your husband that come let's do this one, and it's like, where do you get it from? Who taught you? Abi, where did you see it? You are doing something, you are cheating on me. So apply wisdom. Wisdom is profitable. Communicate, tell each other what you want, tell each other how you want to be pleased. If you've not had orgasms, yes, so if you've not had orgasms in your marriage, talk to your spouse. Both of you can go see a sex therapist or a psychologist. It can be an issue of the mind. It can be an issue of maybe your spouse or your husband is not doing the right thing. I know we women will fake it a lot. So if you want to spice up things, in fact, it's not a crime for you to enjoy sex. There's no way it's written that it's only the men that will enjoy sex or that should enjoy sex. You as a woman is allowed to enjoy sex. And the only way for you to enjoy it is if your partner is doing it right, the way you want it or the way you like it. So talk to your partner about it. Express yourself. Be expressive. And then build it up during the day. I'm a hopeless romantic. So I like when I get text messages like, how is your day going? I can't stop thinking about you.
Yeah.
How is this? How are you doing? It sets the tone for me for when we get back home. So I'm not saying everybody will be like me. I'm just telling you that there are ways for you to do these things. You can actually just try something new, explore, like they both said. There's no crime for you exploring. You can explore. You can go on the internet. How do I get satisfaction in my sex life? And then both of you can actually read it together, read things together, screen munch it, send it to him. Like, let him know that, okay, I don't think there's actually any man that doesn't want their wives to be pleased sexually. I think it's more of an ego thing for them. It suits their ego if they know that they are pleasing you sexually. Yeah. So if you can talk to them about it, like talk to him about it, like, you are not pleasing me, I've not had orgasm, and I'm sure the first question will be like, am I doing something wrong? Yeah. So they too want to do it right. They want to please you, they want to pleasure you, they want you to enjoy it as well, which is why they are complaining about the you not making sound thing, because I saw that a lot during the week, not making sound and all that. So talk, be expressive, be explosive in your bed, in your sex life, and spice it up. And at the same time, as I used to say, be prayerful.
Exactly.
Be prayerful.
Yeah.
So God will help you, God will help me, God will help all of us. So that is it for today. Thank you so much once again, Odun.
Thank you so
much. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Mother Asayo.
Thank you for
the sex therapist.
Yeah.
So I told you she has a book. She wrote a book. She wrote a book called Love Life. Love Light and Orgasm. If you can get that book, go ahead and get the book. She's a professional sex therapist, and I'm actually going to put her details on this video if you need her help. I'm sure she will be ready to help you and give you advice on how to spice up your sex life in your marriage. Remember, we are talking to married people,
Exactly.
I'm not talking to boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking to married people in marriage. Spice it up. Yes, spice it up. So thank you both once again, and thank you to our viewers. Like we used to say, you can follow us on all our social media. On Instagram, we're on Instagram. The handle on Instagram is at RealTALK with Odun. On Facebook, we have a page, RealTALK with Odun. We have the Facebook handle is Odun RealTALK with Odun. Everything has RealTALk with Odun in it anyway. And then for the media house, it's Glimpse Extra. We actually have an app. I've told you guys about this before. We have an app. The app is Glimpse X, as in Glimpse X. It is on Android. It is on iPhone. You can download it, and that way you have access to our shows, early access to all our shows and all our programs. And then on YouTube, we're on YouTube as well. It's Glimpse Extra on YouTube. You get to see all our previous episodes on YouTube as well. We've had lots of interesting discussions on this show, so you can still find it on YouTube. Like I usually say, like our page by giving us a thumbs up. You know, a thumbs up to let us know we are doing something right. So until next time when I come your way, and I'm still going to bring them both on the next time we have sex talk, because this discussion has to be ongoing. You know, it's an ongoing thing. We are not just going to just say it once, talk about it once, and just drop it. So we are still going to come back on your way some other time to talk about sex, most likely with some of the questions we've not been able to deal with today. Yeah. So thank you both once again so much, and thank you to our viewers. Until next time when we come your way, my name is still Odun Akerele. I'm still your friend. I'm still your sister. I'm still your daughter. I'm still someone's daughter. And I'm still a fellow woman. I'm a woman like you. I can sit here and talk, but I don't think it's easy for me. I'm still a woman like you. So until next time, this is RealTALK with Odun. Bye.